Dr. Carr, as chair of Afro-American Studies here, do you see the Black Lives Matter movement education piece? Is that history, or is it current events, or is it a blend? The movement is really only 5 years old.
I think you say it well, Harold. It's a blend. I mean, listen to your brother and listen to what will be taught at the K-12 level, and we know that this is a week that's being observed all over the country. In many places, Philadelphia, where I lived for 17 years, a number of the schools. And later on, you're going to be hearing from Teach for Change. They've done a lot of work around this. You know, it's about the guiding principles of Black Lives Matter as they've emerged: diversity, restorative justice, globalism, queer affirming.
Queer mean to you?
Queer, to me, is an umbrella term that incorporates folks who are outside of the heterosexual norm and what we call heteronormativity, which is a big word for relationships. Marriage is just between a man and a woman. It's the patriarchal family as we understand it. What's important to us in Black Lives Matter is that we are elevating and cultivating the leadership of folks who have not been included in the conversation. That includes Black trans women. That includes Black immigrant women, Black disabled folks, Black incarcerated and formerly incarcerated people. So to us, right, we're really trying to queer our movement. We know even in our tradition and our legacy of Black liberation that queer and trans folks have been in the leadership, however, have had to kind of cut pieces of themselves off because it wasn't acceptable. Baird Rustin being an incredible example of that. Audre Lorde being an incredible example of that, right? We want to create a different kind of movement culture. We think it's important, we think we need it, and we don't think that we can survive without it.
So I hear that and I think, fantastic. The more the better.
You know, it's about the guiding principles of Black Lives Matter as they've emerged: diversity, restorative justice, globalism, queer affirming, unapologetically Black, and the other principles. So it's giving young people a chance to think through what their lives mean in real time and having a space to work that through and connect it to what they're learning. So it is in terms of contemporary events, it's very relevant. But it's also an opportunity, and it's also an opportunity to link that to previous generations of struggle. That having been said, I think it's important to have our classrooms open to that dialogue and to connect that dialogue to previous generations. I think one of the things that I see in Black Lives Matter emerge generally as a concept is that there sometimes is, we could work, I think, a little bit better to deliberately integrate this youth movement into the longer arc of Black and brown and oppressed movements in America. And I know that it's a global movement as well. Finally, I'll say this. Last semester, I had a chance to bring in a young sister from South Africa who happened to be in D.C. to discuss the Fees Must Fall movement in South Africa, which is, you know, an incredible youth-led movement there to deal with questions of structural inequality in education, employment. And what it really allowed us to do is see how our local struggles are part of a global wave of resistance. So I'm absolutely going to follow up on it and see how BYP 100 has been involved on campus and see how we can get them more deeply integrated.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? I love Black people. You don't love Black people? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? I love Black people. You don't love Black people. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
We live in a world where we gotta say Black Lives Matter. Hatred, I'm doing fine. People that had me in blinds, calling me up and I act like a nigga gone blind. Now that I got peace of mind, this is a note to my granny who told me.
My name is Saron, I'm with the DC chapter, and I'm here because I love Black people, and one of the best ways to show your love is to give your time.
Thank God for my mother. Thank God for my brothers. Thank God for my cousins. And thank God for my lovers. And I'm wondering if you listen to a lost soul like mine. To a lost soul like mine. Mama was planting a seed. It came out black and the world wanted me to be blue. I shouldn't do this for you. Not if you want me to act like a motherfucking coon. Nah. I ain't finna bring out hat tricks for you niggas. What's my rabbit? I got rapping habits. On my Roger, went home, all of you niggas. Round this time and I was even supposed to be in jail or post bail like a good nigga. But these crooning spirits singing to me and tell me don't fail on us, my nigga. So I'm doing this for Marcus and Auntie Jimmy. Hear him talking to me up in empty store and making sons out of moms. Thank God for my mother.
Social movements create the political climate in which transformative change that once seemed impossible can actually happen.
Thank God for my brothers. Gotta thank to a lost soul like mine. Thank God for my lovers like mine. And I'm wondering if you're listening to a lost soul like mine. To a lost soul like mine.
Our local struggles are part of a global wave of resistance. So I'm absolutely going to follow up on that and see how BYP 100 has been involved on campus and see how we can get them more deeply integrated. And what we see, we have an embarrassment of riches here in the DMV with Teaching for Change and other organizations. To hear Brother Bryant tell me what's going on. We look at the same thing in Baltimore. Like I said, I know a lot of young people in Philadelphia who are doing work. Seattle, you mentioned it, is doing work as well. It's all over the country. And so, no, I think the cat's out the bag now, walking around freely. Looks like it's a black cat, too. But
I think that's a good way to end this conversation. Brian Trueblood, Dr. Greg Carr, Fayette, Cologne, thank you so much.
My name is Ayo Kimathi. I'm a Prince George's County resident. Thank you for this opportunity to come and speak. Very recently, I discovered or was reported that the Prince George's County School Board voted unanimously in favor of a Black Lives Matter initiative for a week during Black History Month. I'm assuming that the Prince George's County School Board did not know this, and I'm pretty sure that most of the parents and concerned citizens who are sitting here did not know that the stated, public, acknowledged goal of Black Lives Matter as it relates to educating black children is to promote homosexuality and transgenderism as natural and normal acceptable behavior to children. It is a national initiative that they have publicly stated that their goals and objectives are doing nationally, specifically targeting black children. And in this particular case in Prince George's County, bypassing the rights of parents whose religious and cultural belief systems would not be in favor of their elementary school children being taught to accept transgenderism and homosexuality against the culture of them as black people, against their religious cultures in the church, bypassing them without parents being even informed and being taught that in their second, third, fourth grade classrooms. What I have here for anyone who wants confirmation of this fact, you can go to SaveBlackChildren.com. You can see it for yourself. I also have official Black Lives Matter handouts where they say that their objective is to promote transgenderism and homosexuality to our children, and you can see it on their agenda. What I would say is that I'm hoping and I'm assuming that the board did not know that this was what their real true objective is, and that the board would come out with something publicly to say, we weren't aware, we did not intend to bypass parents' rights to protect their children's sanity by allowing this kind of agenda into our school system. And in the event that the board did know that this was the objective, which I'm confident that the board did not know. I want to say, as a black man who is responsible for protecting the well-being of black men, women, and children, that myself and like-minded people like me definitively will not stand in Prince George's County or anywhere else in this country for this type of thing to be pushed on our children against our will.